Hi guys, it's Ashley or Ashy Kitty, and last month I had plans to start two series, like monthly series on my channel, um, and I only managed to get one started. Uh, that was my watercolor series where I'm doing a watercolor piece each month of the year, which I am still doing, of course. Uh, but I wanted to still do my other series, so this month I am playing a little bit of catch up. This is my sketchbook project, which was a project that I started in an effort to eventually fill this crescent render sketchbook, which is a marker sketchbook. And that series is something I've had mixed success with. Well, in 2022, I had done another monthly series, the original monthly series for the most part, where I designed a character for each month of the year. And so these characters are based off of one, like something that happens or something I associate within that month. Um, and two, their like colors are based off of like the birthstones. So that is the idea between the idea about these characters. And so originally I'd done January as a tiger girl because 2022 was the year of the tiger, and that is my Chinese lunar zodiac. Well, I realized that I might want to do the other zodiacs, so it didn't really make sense for her to be in with my monthly girls. So at the end of the year or the beginning of 2023, I posted this on New Year's 2023, so it was at the end of 2022. I designed a new gal for January to represent January. This is her right here. And then 2023 was the year of the rabbit, so I did her. So that was the original series kind of thing. Since then, I have also designed my like horoscope zodiac, which is Aquarius. So I have both of my zodiacs and my birth month designed as characters, I guess you could say. Now, I've always wanted to do more with these characters and these character designs. Originally, I wanted to do both male and female variants, but I don't think I'm gonna do that. So I thought that it would be like a good idea to expand on this series and do a kind of spin-off. So in 2026, I will be attempting another monthly series. Each month I will be designing a like trading card or mini print of each of my monthly girls, and then as well as hopefully both uh, types of zodiacs. If I find myself falling behind, I'm gonna try and focus on at least the like horoscope zodiac and then the monthly girls, because I feel like I can always come back and do the like lunar Chinese zodiacs at a later time. But I hope hopefully I can keep myself on track and do um oh my god, that's 36 characters. All 36 characters, hopefully. But so I have some catching up to do. So this is January and February's, entry. Um First I have January, um Tiger, Bunny, and then Aquarius. So all three of my characters plus the year of the rabbit. And then I have February and Pisces. I'd hope to catch up on the other zodiacs, but I I knew I was doing 6 at this point, so those will have to wait. But yeah, this is gonna be my other monthly series, hopefully. So I'm gonna do these in alcohol markers, and I have some ideas to talk about this, so maybe I'll do that in voiceover. But yeah, this is the first entry of my other monthly series. So let's get into working on these. So I have a couple things to address about this series and sketchbook project as a whole. As I was working on both of this month's entries for both the watercolor series and the monthly character series, I quickly realized that it doesn't feel sustainable. I think if it was just me doing the art portion, that would be fine, but because I'm doing them as video content, I'm unsure it will work out the way it's going in the long term. I just feel like I'm rushing and I have to only focus on these videos which means other projects that I want to work on are being put aside, which I don't want to do. I also worry that it's going to become repetitive. I'm probably not going to be doing anything new for the processes of either of these series because I want them to be semi-consistent in the way they look together. So every month it's just going to be me doing the same thing, either watercolor or alcohol markers over and over for the next year. So I don't want it to become repetitive. And that's not to say that I don't want to make these videos or do these 2 series that I've started. I actually really do want to do them. I just think I need to pivot. So I've been going back and forth about solutions, and I think I have a few. I think I have one that I'm pretty set on right now. It could always change in the future, but if you want to chime in down in the comments, then I would welcome the feedback. But I think I have a solution. Right now, the main one is to stagger the 2 series and include 2 months of the series in one video every other month. So this month I'm doing the monthly series. Next month I would do watercolor. I'd still do each entry in the month that it's supposed to be done in. And maybe I'll figure out a way to timestamp or like make accountability posts. But it would just give me more time to like actually finish the videos, not the art. Doing the art is the easiest part. It's not it's the video part that's the problem. Also, if I feel like I am like struggling to keep up, I could also alternate between doing full videos like this one or shorts. That's what I'm doing this month. I'm doing a full video and a short, but hopefully from now on it will just be a full video every 2 months for each series. So there'll be a video every month, but maybe I'd find that the every other month is not sustainable either, but I think it's a much more doable solution than doing them simultaneously every month. I mean, I guess I'd still be doing them simultaneously. I would just not be posting the videos every month. And again, I don't want my content just to become repetitive, so I would like to be able to work on other videos. So that is my thoughts on these series right now for now. Maybe I'll pop back in next time I do one, but that's it. Now on to just talking about Sketchbook project as a whole. So Sketchbook project is a series that has been on the struggle bus for a while. I realized while I was working on this video how hard it is to actually like draw in this sketchbook, and I think that's part of the problem I've always had. I just never realized it. It just feels like cramped, and like the paper is different than any other paper you probably normally would use. I think it's like plastic in the middle, like there's plastic and then paper. I'm not sure, but it's very slippery, and I really struggled with inking specifically. Obviously, I don't want to abandon sketchbook project, but again, I think it's just something I need to pivot with and, try and work on in a different way. And that being said, I did do 5 pages in 2025, 3 of which you haven't even seen yet, because I haven't been able to finish those videos. It may take me 5 more years, but I do want to finish this sketchbook. The good thing about this monthly series is that I think it will use up 9 pages or something like that. So that's a plus. But that's not to mention all of the pages before this that I haven't finished. I mean, I'm about, I don't know, a third of the way through this sketchbook, but I would say probably half of them are done. Half of the 1/3. I have a bunch of catching up to do. I think one of the fatal flaws with this project was I was undiagnosed ADHD for a really long time, for my entire life, obviously. I was diagnosed in 2024, at the end of 2024. And as an artist, that means I stop and start a lot of projects. But this one in particular is something I've always wanted to come back to. I plan out stuff to do in sketchbook project all of the time, and I just don't get to it a lot of the times. So hopefully this means, at least for just this series, it is time for the sketchbook project to make a comeback. All right, we have our January and February trading cards for this little monthly series we have going on. I have going on. So obviously they are not finished in the sense that I haven't done the backgrounds, but that's because I don't know what I want to do with them entirely. So I'm leaving them blank for now. Maybe I will go back and finish all of the cards at the end, like do the backgrounds and stuff. But we have 6 of the characters. We have January and February, and 2 of the lunar zodiacs. Not lunar, yes, Chinese zodiacs. As for like designs, I didn't change too much. I changed Tiger's hair a little bit. She used to have a white patch in her bangs, and then I did change Bunny a whole lot. So, but I've never liked her color palette too much. I've never liked her color palette, so that's why I changed it. As for our brand new character, Pisces, I'm not sure how I feel about it right now. So if you're Pisces and you have an opinion about this, chime down in the comments, please and thank you. My problem was I already have Aquarius, and she's pretty, kind of vaguely fishy aquatic, so I didn't want to make them too similar. I also have a mermaid in the series too, so that's part of the problem. And so I kind of went with more like, she's fishy, obviously, but like in my brain, like I was thinking kind of like seal like, if that makes sense. And the colors, like I looked up a color palette and I was just like, okay, I kind of like the idea of like bluish purple and green, so that's what I went with. I don't know how I feel about it, but they are done for now. So that was the first episode of my monthly sketchbook project series. I did also complete my watercolor entry for February, so you guys will see that as a short. So thank you guys so much for watching, and hopefully I will keep up with this series and see you guys in the next one. Again, thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you so feel that is deserved or necessary, I guess.